Good on Legion. As like always, it's out, man. It came out today. Oh my god. Bill and Ted Face the Music. I have not been looking up anything for this. I just wanted a big old surprise. I didn't know it Face the Music. Great title. Orion Pictures. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, if you've watched my channel for a long time, let's straighten that camera out. If you've watched this channel for a long time, you know that there's a few cult things that I'm a huge fan of. Godzilla. I've been a huge fan of Godzilla since like the 1960s, 70s, whatever year that was, where the dude was in the costume, you know, and King Ghidorah, Mothra, all of them. I've been a fan since like old school Godzilla. Godzilla 2000 was kind of hilarious. The fat American Godzilla was kind of with Bill what's his face, Bryan Cranston, and you know, and stuff like that. So Godzilla, been a huge fan of that. Back to the Future, I'm a huge fan of. You know, if you ever seen that, I've never really talked about that on the channel, so nobody would really know that. Halloween, though, every time I do a scary movie reaction, I always talk about like Halloween, Michael Myers being one of my favorite things. There's a very few cult things that are my favorite. Bill and Ted is probably one of my favorites. If I watched Mike Myers' Wayne's World, right, and that was good. It was crazy. It was awesome. It was also a movie made off of an SNL sketch. So it was that. But Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, it just, oh my goodness, it's great. I remember the ending of it. I think it was the second one. You get to hear Kiss's God Gave Rock and Roll to Us. And just that ending, seeing all the ending credits and stuff like that, I get so sad when that movie ends because I'm like, no, because that ending is just so good. And there's some very cheesy parts in the movie, of course, especially the time travel part. It's like, oh God. But it's still a great movie. The first one is still fantastic. I'm very scared about whatever this is going to be. I hope that we don't get like John Wick levels of disappointment with Keanu Reeves. If you don't know what that means, for all the like the children, they're like, John Wick is so great. If I was a teenager pretty much when The Matrix came out, I got to see what it looked like when Keanu Reeves was at his peak. And I'll tell you right now, John Wick, physically, not the movie, not the writing, him physically moving is honestly disappointing compared to what you remember seeing at that age, being so impressed with what he was doing. Not disappointing, he's just slower a lot. Like, if you compare it, he's not at all quick. And so, like, the voice and everything about Keanu Reeves and Bill and Ted, the original 2, was an 11 out of 10. It was fan-freaking-tastic, and it's one of my favorite movies. It just is in the cult classic kind of genre. And I think even in general, it's still some of my favorite stuff to watch because I have them. I could watch them right now, and I almost want to. Just by looking at this title screen, I almost want to. So I'm very scared that it's just not going to live up to the hype of my childhood. Let me say like childhood. That's how you say the word. English is my first language. You wouldn't know it by listening to me. But with that being said, let's get into it. Check it out. See what it's all about. Oh, please God, let it be good. I'm so scared.
25 years ago, you played a concert in front of the entire world.
Wild Stallions, baby.
1 month ago, you played in Barstow, California for 40 people, most of whom were there for $2 taco night. Bill and Ted,
Oh, the council.
what have you got to say for yourselves?
Be excellent to each other.
Oh.
And party on, dudes.
You were supposed to unite the world and save reality as we know it.
Bill, we've spent our whole life trying to write the song that will unite the world. Why can't we just go to the future when we have written it?
Whoa! And take it from ourselves.
But isn't that stealing?
How is that stealing if we're stealing it from ourselves, dude?
Oh shit! No way!
No way! How'd you like our song?
It's a little on the dark side, but you know, that's cool.
Oh, dude. I'm pretty excited, man. Oh my god. Oh man. God. I mean, for me, it is all about Keanu Reeves, right? I love him as an actor. It's just like the whole thing, even before Cyberpunk, where all the new bandwagon hoppers just kind of decided to hop on, you know. But his kind of like, I guess, raspy or his voice as he's aged is what it is, right? It's not the young, vibrant surfer dude, California, San Dimas voice that we're used to. That is probably the only disappointment. That and that he has a double chin. I mean, it's more disappointing that I have one at my age and he has the same one at his, you know. It's just it is what it is. But I can't remember the other guy's name. Jason, I think is his name. The epic rap battles of history had it right. I'll take Neo, you know, in Clark's like Lewis and Clark versus Bill and Ted, and he's like, I'll take the one that no one knows at all. I'm surprised it really wasn't him, actually. You know, doing that epic rap battles. Is that mean to say? It probably is. But what the hell does this? Oh, his shirt does say Wild Stallions. Freaking hell yeah. You know, I'm gonna look up to see if there's a shirt for a Wild Stallion shirt for Bill and Ted. I want it. Like the last hand, like I haven't had a job recently. I have one now, so now I can just buy whatever I want. That's not the right mentality to have. It really isn't. But I'm gonna buy a Wild Stallion shirt if they have them. Oh, fucking hell yeah, dude! It looks so good. They brought. It's been so long. I forgot the white dude. Death, I think is who that was. I forgot. I forgot all about him. What's his name? Rufus. I don't even know if Rufus is gonna be in this. I don't even know if that actor's still with us anymore. Unfortunately, I don't know. I hope he is. If not, R.I.P. And yeah, the guy that plays Mr. No Career, I guess is what we'll. He sounds just as good. He sounds almost like he kind of like. Of course, he's older. You know. But he still sounds. He sounds good. He sounds better than Keanu, I think, at his age to do the same voice again. And to be real, I am looking forward to the movie. I'm excited. I'm not going to look at this as really a pickup from 2 to now as if it's just a handful of years. I'm really going to have to like shift gears up here to really appreciate that this movie's being made like 30 whatever years later. Kind of at the, you know, the other end of their life. You know, they're not young anymore, not spring chickens and all that. And I'm going to have to really kind of grasp that that's how it is. That this is more of a torchbearer kind of movie, right? Where it's being picked up kind of in the movie world. It's also being picked up that many years down the line as well. It's not like they're trying to recreate the movie that they made when it was like in the 90s or whatever, you know, or however, not the 90s, but before pre-2000s is what I was going for. Because now we're in the 2000s. Now we have Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all the garbage that really makes that old school music rock band struggle not really a thing anymore. If you remember, that was what it was. It was them trying to really make it in that old school environment. I think it was made in the 80s, 80 something. I actually can't. Was it 90s? No, it might have been. No, it wasn't 80s. It had to be like 95 or. I can't remember. It's been that long, but. Yeah, so that's what the old school struggle was, and now picking up so many years later, they're really gonna have to transition for the times. But with that, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like the content, I'm gonna stop rambling. You can always like the video. You can always like, subscribe, share. Remember, it's completely up to you. I do appreciate it though. It does help me out in some way or another. If you want to discuss anything we talked about on this channel, on this video specifically, you can always leave a comment down below. Love to see and love to hear all the comments. Once again, my name is Azrael. I'll see whatever video I'm doing next. I'm just excited it's coming out. Good or bad, I actually don't really care, I think. I'm just glad it was actually made. That it wasn't just something where they're like, and this the big wigs were like, no, we're good. Because I think that Keanu could have just bankrolled the whole thing by himself. As someone that like rarely spends his money on extravagant dumb things, I mean, Keanu's always a safe bet, right? He like makes crazy out there movies. He did that one movie, like the Ronin movie or whatever it was that he did, which was kind of weird. I wouldn't say him as a director is my favorite, but oh, dude, it's just, I don't know, everything that he's done. I've been mostly, a big fan of. Point Break is probably one of my favorites. That's not Bill and Ted. I mean, Matrix is Matrix. I've also seen it a bunch, and it's also freaking overrated as hell now when people talk about it. It's only overrated because people talk about it so much, and I hate that. But I'm just excited it's coming out. I'm excited it's being made, like I said, good or bad. Hell, we had a Sonic the Hedgehog movie come out, and that was fantastic. I'm pretty sure, and we have a Scooby-Doo movie coming out. I'm pretty sure that this can live up to those expectations. Funny enough, Sonic and Scooby-Doo were also my childhood. And I'm also extremely happy to see those movies. Sonic was actually really good. I liked it, surprisingly. And I haven't seen Scoob. I don't even know if it's out yet. But it's like everything from my childhood, like anything from like the 80s, the 90s, it's or even early. I don't know how early Sonic was, but it's all coming, man. It's all 70 something. I think was Scooby-Doo. It's 75, 72, 74. I can't remember. It's pretty far back as well, 78. But it's just my childhood is coming up in spades, baby. It's three things from my childhood that have come out that I've loved. So I wonder what the fourth one's going to be. I mean, technically, I guess you could say Transformers, but that was way, way, way back in the day. Because I watched the original cartoon when I was a kid then, too. I mean, we have Voltron on Netflix, which was pretty good, too. That was another childhood. No, but we need, like, big blockbuster movies that aren't trash, like Transformers. I would have said maybe the last Terminator movie if it wasn't more disappointing. Because, again, that's also my childhood. There's a lot of my childhood. Like, I know Sonic and Scoob are very unique, right? A Sonic the Hedgehog movie and a Scooby-Doo movie, that's pretty crazy. And it's not live action. That's even a big, crazy gamble. And then Bill and Ted, something you'd never think was going to come out. So, something else from a Mega Man movie that's all animated, if that came out, like fucking Advent Children style, but for theaters, that'd be pretty crazy. I mean, I guess Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball Fighter was pretty crazy too for a movie in theaters. But I'm looking for something real crazy. I think that's pretty crazy. I think Sonic the Hedgehog is very crazy out of nowhere. And Scooby-Doo is a billion years old and it's in a movie that's fully animated. There's a lot of stuff coming out, man, or has come out. And I'm really excited. So I'm going to wait to see what the fourth one is. There's been a few things from me a couple years back, I guess. But I'm going to start with the Sonic movie, go to Scoob, go to this as my three. Where's the fourth? I'm excited. I rambled a lot longer than I was going to. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out again. Later, guys.